Good morning.
It is Thursday.
Yes,
May 17th.
That's right.
And we're back. We're sorry. I am sorry about last week. It was not in the stars. We tried to reschedule at least once, and
poor sick children happened.
The reschedule got thwarted by a sick child. So,
yeah, we had a number of people comment and email and say, "Where are you guys?"
I know
we're okay.
We're okay. Thank you,
promise.
everybody who sort of reached out or
yeah.
was checking in. I appreciate that.
I
think it's fantastic. But yes, we just had life got in the way. I had some work stuff that went way longer than anticipated on Thursday. And then our rescheduled date and time got a little messed up with sick kid. So, yeah, it happens. It happens. So,
and consequently, we pushed back the release of the Seasons of Vermont box because we wanted to be able to show you guys all the stuff that was going into it. So if it was of interest to you, you could see it in a little more depth and detail.
Yeah, haven't missed it.
We'll
talk about it in a little bit.
Yeah, so if you go up onto our website, it says it's actually going to be released on Monday. So
anyway, but this is, for anybody who's new, this is totally all normal, and this is the Must Love Yarn podcast.
It is. We talk about knitting and crocheting and spinning and
some other
sewing
things.
Sometimes and
some other random things.
But it's mostly knitting and yarn.
And we are coming to you, I almost said live, but we are not live. Well, we are live right now.
Right now we're live, but when you watch
later.
it, it's not live.
From our yarn shop in Shelburne, Vermont.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm Kelly.
And I'm Angela.
And you can find the store on all kinds of social media. Our website is mustloveyarn.com. And Pinterest, we've got a Ravelry group. We've got Instagram, Facebook, all as Must Love Yarn. So if you want to connect with us, that's where you can do that.
Yep, absolutely. And if you want to connect with me out on social media, you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Junior Bird Kid.
And you can find me on Ravelry as Kelly Spins, and you can find me on Instagram as Kelly O Spins.
Sweet.
I know.
And I thank you to all the new followers lately on Instagram and the all the friending that's happening on Ravelry. It's super fun. I really enjoy it. I try to friend people and follow people back, but sometimes I miss people. So
I know. It's nothing against you.
No,
we promise.
No,
it's just sometimes we miss things.
Yeah.
I try to go back through every once in a while and see ones that I miss, but it doesn't always happen.
No, it doesn't. So,
you should see my inbox. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, my Must Love Yarn one is a little crazy, but my work email might have 13,000 messages in the inbox.
Wow.
They're not all unread. I'm really bad at filing emails. But anyway, there's that. Thank God for the search function. So we like to start our podcast with picks of the week, and that's probably one of the things that makes me the most sad when we don't actually have an episode is that we miss a pick of the week for you guys.
I know. I've got an extra special one.
She does. We'll make her go second.
I think you guys are gonna really like it. That's okay. I'm a second child. I'm used to the going second.
Spoken like a true second child. Says the first child, oldest child. We have this ongoing joke in my family with my brother who claims that he was, he's a second child. That's all I'm going to say about that. My mom watches the podcast.
And she doesn't want to offend me too badly.
No. There's some of that too. But anyway, it's fine. Care. It's just a joke. Anyway, all right. So I always struggle with my picks of the week, and I am so proud of myself. This week I actually picked one without having to ask Kelly. Kelly, help me pick of the week. I had already had it. It's in the basket. I didn't even check with her, so if she's not cool with it, it's too bad.
I'm cool with it.
Okay.
I like it. I was actually looking at projects, and I found a project for our people to knit up as a shop sample.
Ooh, cool.
I know.
So what sparked me to pick this particular yarn, and I will get to it, but I'm going to show you this project first, is Hoagie Locatelli recently
That's really cute.
released a new pattern actually yesterday. It's a new shawl pattern. It's called Bark Lines.
I hadn't seen that one yet.
It just came up into my feed.
So pretty.
So it's a really beautiful fingering weight shawl that would do very well with a not very variegated yarn. So I think it would look really nice with a solid
semi-solid
or a semi-solid. It does take 880 yards, so for most fingering weight yarns, you're going to need 2 skeins.
And you can use the yarn I'm going to show you too, because there's some solids and some
absolutely
solids.
Absolutely. So this prompted me to go out and see what we have in the shop that might actually work, because it's such a beautiful shawl.
I love this yarn.
I know. And so what I stumbled across is our Juniper Moon Farm Harriet Fine. Boy, that just got blown out.
It's a beautiful yarn.
It is an alpaca polymade blend, so it's 75% alpaca, 25% polymade, and this
which is nylon.
Nylon. Sorry.
That's okay. I let people know because we get to ask that sometimes.
So, the drape that this would produce for a shawl would be incredible, because the alpaca is incredibly drapey.
So soft.
And it's so soft. And we've got probably a dozen colors.
Want to know which one is my favorite? I wonder if you grabbed my favorite. Oh, you did.
I got all of them.
Look at that blue. It's not pretty. And I'm not a blue person, but look at that blue. I like that purple too.
So this is...
And this one?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
So this is...
I'm just getting carried away.
Has a little bit of like heathering in there. I don't know if that's showing up. Yeah, there we go. So it's more of like a heathered purple. This one has a little bit of heathering in it. And we've got, just like a charcoal. It's really called Black River Stone, but it's really like a dark charcoal. Monterey Bay, which is a really nice neutral gray with a little bit of brown in it. And Kelly's favorite one, Seascape, which is a beautiful, that looks more indigo on the screen, but it's definitely a little bit more tealy.
Yeah.
We have this great green English holly, which again is more of a heathered, it's got some brown undertones in it. And then we have these other...
That travertine in your left hand, that one's really popular.
So we've got a lot of different colors. I think these retail $14.99. Does that sound about right? No, too low.
I think they're higher than that.
Okay.
Let's see if I can
We're going to double check. So you would need 2 skeins, so it's 461 yards per skein. So you would need 2 to make that particular project. That shawl, if that interests you. This would not be something that would be probably good for socks, because of the baby alpaca just does not. It's too.
They're $21.95.
$21.95. I was a few dollars off.
Just a
few dollars off, but 10% off with the coupon code. So 2 skeins. I mean, it's under $40 for a nice alpaca shawl, if you wanted to make the shawl out of it. Also would be good for just a cowl or something that you would wear up close because it's so soft. So that the Juniper Moon Harriet Fine is my pick of the week.
So we have a coupon code already picked out.
We're so on top of things this week, it's a little scary.
Sort of on top of things. We didn't know if it was morning or afternoon, but hey,
we're on top of some of the important things. So our coupon code this week, weekly pick Fine Mountain.
And Ange is always good that she'll put it down.
Yeah, I put it right down here, because sometimes we don't enunciate that well.
Fine, F-I-N-E.
Or there's multiple ways to spell whatever it is we've said. So use whatever is taped down here. Yeah, at the bottom. So
and don't forget the weekly pick part.
Right, you need the whole thing. Weekly pick Fine Mountain, all one word. And so that leads us into what Kelly's pick of the week is.
Correct.
Which is also pretty cool.
My pick of the week is a local yarn dyer. And we've got a lot of really amazing colors of hers. And I probably am not going to be able to show them all to you because there's a lot. There's an entire basket overflowing over here. So my pick of the week is Round Mountain Fibers. Mm-hmm. And Monica is a dyer from the Brattleboro area. And she does super, super saturated colors. And most of what we have is either her semi-solid fingering weight or her hand-painted fingering weight. And we have just a little bit of worsted, but it's all going to be discounted. Oh, and I didn't grab the dyeing kits, but there's a dyeing kit called Drunk Yarn, and it comes with a skein of yarn and little capsules that have everything in it. You just toss it in a pot and let it cook, so that you can dye your own yarn. And those are assorted colors. If you have a kind of want a particular shade or something, just let us know in the comments. But most of them are earth tones, like deep wine reds, greens, browns, stuff like that. So not a lot of really bright colors. But the yarn, on the other hand, lots of bright colors. So she has different ones that she names them after. A lot of her first ones were named after birds, and she'll have the little bird on the label. And we also do have some from her entomology collection. So they're named after bugs and butterflies. I think most of the ones we have are butterflies, but so this one is Snowy Owl, and oops, these are her hand paint ones. This is Dark-Eyed Junco. This one is one after butterfly. This is Burnett Moth, which is really pretty. Look at that. That's pretty. I love this one. So these are true variegated. How she dyes, they're going to be variegated. They're not self-striping, just so you guys know. This is California Quail. What else we got? Kestrel. That's really pretty too. Mm-hmm. I like them all.
Yeah.
Blue Jay. That blue is so intense.
Yeah, it is.
Luna Moth. I like that one too. That's a lot of fun. Let's see what else we got. Praying Mantis.
Ooh.
That's so bright and fun.
Yeah.
I'll show you a few more of the hand dyes, and then we've got a bunch of solids that coordinate with them. Pink Robin is this one. And let's see. Oh, this one's one of my faves. Green Jay. And I think there's one more. Yeah. One more of the hand paints, and that is Robin's Nest.
Oh, cool.
So it's got brown, and then it has got these really lovely teals that goes up through, or Robin's Egg Blue. Mm-hmm. And then, oops, there's one more. Black Rosy Finch, which is that guy. Oh, no, I lied. Hang on, one more. Hubbard's Caterpillar.
Nice.
That one's pretty with the purples and the greens.
Yeah.
So, oops, I just dropped my pattern. So we've got tons of coordinating colors that are semi-solid that go with those, or you can use them on their own for maybe perhaps a shawl like Angela just showed. Mm-hmm. But yeah, as you can see, my lap is now filled with yarn.
Filled with yarn.
So we've got tons and tons of colors of these. Most of these we have 2 to 3 skeins of in stock. Some of them we don't, but whatever we have in stock is fair game for the coupon code. So
yep.
Check these out, and she does a great job. And she sources her wool is all U.S. sourced. So her little note on the back says hand dyed in Vermont, grown and spun in the USA. So the skeins are 100-gram skeins, and they're 400 yards per skein, just so you know. And
it's a little bit heavier fingering.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's got great twist to it. Really, really springy yarn. A nice round yarn, and they're $30 a skein for these, for both the semi-solids and the hand paints. So
cool.
Yeah. So check those out. So weekly pick, Fine
Mountain.
Yep.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. So while Kelly is putting her Mondo yarn back in the basket,
I feel like a dragon with my hoard.
It's kind of what it's like, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not wearing any hand knits today. It's a little bit. It's been a little bit on the warm side. Occasionally, I had shawls on in the morning.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing too.
And then by the middle of the afternoon, it's just too hot to have anything on. Hand knits on, that is.
She doesn't streak around town.
Not generally.
I haven't gotten any calls yet, anyway.
Haven't made the news yet for that. Anywho, I am happy to report that I have a couple of finished objects. I have one that's here and one that's not. I was hopeful that we were going to get to podcast last week so I could show you the eye blink shawl as a finished object. I will put a picture in of the finished item. I did have to drop it off this week
because the wedding's this weekend.
So
it's not the royal wedding. She didn't make it.
Nope. Just helping a friend out. So eye blink was a shawl that was knit with lace, weight yarn, and beads for wedding party, for one member of the wedding party. Other people worked on other ones. So that's what I've been working on for a lot, and I got that done. So it was off my plate.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which led me to be able to finish my second finished object, which I can grab. So apparently it's shawl season again for me. So I think the last time we podcasted, I had this with me and was working on it, and it is now done. So this is the Mercury Rising shawl by Larissa Damos. She is with Green Mountain Spinnery. And I bought this kit when they came to do their last trunk show with us. So this is one of their fingering weight yarns that they do not wholesale. And I'm totally blanking on what the actual name of it is, but it's a single ply. They have somebody there that hand dyes this yarn for them. It's a really fantastic, fun yarn. I love the yarn. It's soft and squishy. Yeah. The pattern was super fun. I would highly recommend it to anyone who's looking for a great 2-color shawl. And I don't know, I would presume they're going to bring some kits to the trunk show on June 2nd.
The kits do so well. So, and I think Larissa's going to bring some of the sock kits.
Awesome.
So we have the one. I should have grabbed it so we could show it for the shorty sock mill one.
The prize. Well, we got so much stuff to do this week. We'll do that one next week.
Okay, sounds good.
So hopefully they'll have some of these kits available. I will bring the shawl on the 2nd. So if you're here and want to see what it looks like finished, it is a big shawl.
Beautiful.
Thank you. It's fun. It's knit with short rows, so it's a good way to practice some short rows. But I think it turned out fantastic. I really like it.
Yeah, it's stunning.
And I washed it with the Wool & Co. wool wash.
So
you smell it. It smells so good.
I know, it's not good. But it still keeps that sheepy smell to it too, which is really nice.
Yep. So anyway, that's the Mercury Rising shawl. I know that's fuzzy. So those are my 2 kind of big finished objects in the last couple of weeks.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And that one's been just languishing.
That was like my nail chick. I was so glad to just get that done.
Yeah.
It's like,
I know. I was like, just in time for summer.
I know. But, well, it was actually nice because we went out to dinner with friends, not this week, last week, after I finished it, and I got to wear it because it was in the 50s in the evening, so it was really nice because we were walking around down in Burlington, so.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Super cool. So what are you working on?
So I have a finished object, but I didn't bring it. So I finished another pair of socks from my circular knitting machine.
Sweet.
Little shorty socks, and I gave them to my mom for Mother's Day.
Nice.
And of course I didn't take a picture of them either, so I don't know if that gets a count or not. So I'll just tell you about it. That's it.
It totally counts.
Okay.
I'm going to make it count. It's our podcast.
It's my podcast, and I'll do what I want.
It counts. If I get to count works in progress as the yarn is balled and the needles are in the bag together with the pattern, you get to count that as a finished object.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So I'm working on my Jessie's Girl top, which I'm using the Elspeth Levold Empathy, and it's coming along quite well. A little slow because I've been working on other things in between, but so yeah. And I've got it on a short cable, so it's really hard to see. But the back is longer than the front, so this is the back.
Okay. It's bottom up.
See. Yeah, it's bottom up. So that is actually where my beginning row is, and it's just all garter stitch.
Nice.
So lots and lots and lots of garter stitch, which of course in the round means I have to knit a row and purl a row. So
yep.
I have considered about just doing it flat in pieces and seaming it, but I didn't. I'm gonna do the first one this way, and then if I really like it, then I may do another one and seam it.
Yep.
So, which I know is funny, but it's garter stitched. If I did it and then seamed it would just be all knitting. And I like seaming. I know I'm weird, but I like seaming. So.
Good, I'll bring you this one when I'm done with it.
Okay.
Because this one's knit in pieces.
Sweet.
And I've been kind of like, I mean, I don't mind it, but if there's somebody else that actually likes it.
Carol and I both like seaming.
All right, well, I will bring you this when I'm done. It's probably going to be a shop sample anyway. So. Which leads me to, what am I working on?
Yeah, what are you working on?
So, I think I showed this when I picked the Findley.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right, you did.
And French. Oh, of course they don't give you a pronunciation. Insouciant?
Insouciant.
Insouciant. Insouciant. So it's this great little t-shirt that the pattern calls for a silk, like basically a lace weight silk to be held double throughout the pattern. And so I'm substituting the Juniper Moon Farmed Findley, which is a merino silk blend lace weight. Look guys, I knit a swatch. I know, what is the world coming to? And I got gauge.
Sweet.
But I got gauge pre-blocking, and then I was like, I haven't measured the gauge since I blocked it. I was like, I don't care, whatever, it's close enough. So I got gauge unblocked, and I'll check my gauge later to find out what my finished object's gonna be, like what size it's gonna be. Don't y'all love me? You love me.
That's funny because Jen and I last night, she came to knit group and we were talking about she did the same thing for that shirt that's up front. That's the shop sample now. Yeah. She did a gauge swatch, and somebody in knit group was like, "Well, did you wash it?" And she's like, "No." She's like, "I'm a half swatcher." Half swatcher. Well, and I was like, "Well, so you're kind of in between me and Ange," and she's like, "Well, maybe." But see, now you're like raised up to Jen's swatching.
I did full swatching. I haven't washed mine. I just haven't rechecked my gauge since washing or soaking and laying flat. But you know, whatever. It's gonna be close enough. It's not gonna. If anything, it's going to be, the piece would be larger. It's not gonna be smaller, right? So if I get gauge pre-blocked, it just might mean my finished object is a little bit larger, which I would prefer over it's too small. So yeah, especially for a summer top, you want to kind of loose and flowy. And yep. So I'm sort of just killing time to try to finish this row so I can hold this up and show you without being like in the middle of a row and being like, look here, look at this thing. It's like we were just talking, it was knit in pieces. So this pattern is not knit in the round, it's knit in pieces. I suppose you could convert it, but sometimes there's design reasons or structure reasons why patterns are recommended to be knit in pieces. So I figured I could at least follow the directions. And the silk is pretty drapey, so the seams will help give it a little bit more structure, which probably is good for a garment. Yeah. So that I have miles of stockinette to do, which means I do have purling rows because I'm not knitting in the round. But it's fine. It's going pretty quickly, so I cast this on maybe over the weekend, and I did have a day-long seminar yesterday that I was at that I had a lot of time to be able to knit while I was sitting in class, basically, which is good. So I've made quite a bit of progress. So this is the back. So there's a nice ribbing section, and then I'm in the stockinette. I'm actually decreasing for the waist, and then you'll increase back out again a little bit.
Nice.
When you seam, this ribbing part stays open.
Okay, yeah.
So they don't seam up. So it's a split hem.
Yeah.
So it's cool. This is the Finley Hilt Double. It's still open. It's knit on 8s, which is another of the reasons why I was intrigued by it.
Yeah.
I like the fabric.
It's kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
It has a different look to it.
Yeah.
Being held double like that.
Yep.
That's pretty.
It almost, when I was doing the swatch, I wasn't sure whether I liked it or not.
Yeah.
I almost brought it by to be like, oh, what do you think? Like, I'm not sold on this, but now that I think I have, now that it's in the garment, I don't mind it. It almost was looking to me like the Mykonos or one of those. But I think now that it's in a bigger garment, so there's my swatch again.
I like it because it gives it just a little bit of a texture almost.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. So anyway.
Nice.
So that's my summer top that I'm working on for the cowl that's going on.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I have just a couple other projects, one knitting, one non-knitting project that I've been working on. So I'll show you this. I haven't made a whole lot of progress on my changes shawl, but I have added a couple more colors since the last time you guys saw it. So I've got one more color change in this section, and then I'm gonna do the look, I left it in the middle of the row. I'm so horrible.
Oh, yeah.
But you can get an idea of the colors.
Oh, that's looking awesome,
Isn't
Kelly.
that fun?
That is so fun.
I love
Look
it.
at that.
I know. I'm really, really happy with the colors.
I totally need to cast mine on.
Yeah, so I've got to finish a couple rows of this, and then this is my last color for this section, and then I'm gonna put everything on holders that I've got now, and then do the mirror part of this, so that since I know what the rows are right now, then I'm gonna pick up the stitches here and do the same part because it's a big rectangular
Yep.
piece.
Nice.
So yeah, so I'm really digging that. It's so pretty. Yeah.
That's super cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Those colors are looking
I know.
fantastic together.
I know. It's really fun to knit. I'm really enjoying it. So I've been working on this, and then my top, and then I've been doing some spinning, guys.
Cool. I have a half object.
Okay, let's see.
Wah, wah, wah. Boop. Oh, I have a sock.
Yay! Look at that. Very nice.
I was gonna put it on a sock blocker, but that clearly just not happened. It's a jelly roll sock.
Oh, speaking of which, we have more sock kits in stock from Legacy. So if there was a color that we restocked on
Everything.
all of the colors we had except for Willy Wonka, and we have a couple new ones, and we've got a whole bunch of cozy toes.
That's saltwater taffy kit, and then the ones with the one with the foxtails.
Oh yeah,
You guys might
the
have
mare.
Mare, you might have to rustle me for those.
Yeah.
Except I don't need any more yarn.
Yeah, and we've got Crack in the Sidewalk and with guac, and we've got a whole bunch of them. We've got a bunch of the Lily collection.
We have some of their bulky yarn now too.
Yeah, we've got some bulky. So what we got are mostly sock kits. We got a little bit of bulky. We got a lot of cozy toes. So if you like their MCN base, we've got a bunch of that, and we have a little bit of steel toes too. Cool. So yeah, so if there's some Legacy that you're looking for, and you still want to do some socks or whatever it is,
there's still time for the shorty sock along.
When is that one ending?
Middle of June.
Okay, that's the
June
one we're dying
17th.
for when I come back.
Right when she gets back.
Okay.
So, and then I did start sock number 2, and I've got
Yay.
2 jelly rolls that just need to be joined together.
Nice.
So that's a fun sock pattern. If you need some inspiration, there's some awesome shorty socks that have been posted in the finished object thread on the Ravelry boards.
I gotta go over and look at that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I cranked out a pair of shorty socks, so you know.
The saltwater taffy colorway that they did, like I'm trying to resist hard. It looks so amazing. Knit up. This is the Lily P colorway. And the green that I have is different than the one that's in the sock kit. It's a darker green, the kits that we have here.
Yep.
Which I think looks just as fabulous. This is just one that I happened to buy directly from them a while ago. So
I got the lily pad one. That one's really cool. It's like yellows, and then the coordinating is it's not a Kelly green.
It's almost like an emeraldy kind of
green. It's really lovely, and I saw that and I couldn't resist it. I really like the mare one too. The saltwater taffy one, that was like, oh my god. Anyway, so there's still time to participate and not knit along. Shorty sock knit along. It does not have to be jelly rolls. It could be a shorty sock of any kind.
Rose City rollers. We have a whole list of recommended or suggested patterns up in the Ravelry thread for this knit along, but you can use any shorty sock.
Right.
Any shorty sock.
Knit or crochet?
Knit or crochet. Okay. And I did put some crochet patterns in there too.
Yeah, I thought
anybody wants to crochet some shorty socks.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So do you have more knitting?
No, that's all.
Okay. Well then I will move into spinning.
Okay, sweet. I don't have any of that.
And I've completely forgot to bring the label for my fiber, but the only thing I don't remember is the colorway name. But it's a fiber from Spunky Eclectic, and it is Falkland, which is a region, but a lot of the sheep that are in that region have roots in merino, so it's quite soft. So this is what the fiber looked like before I spun it. And what I am going to make, so I'm spinning for a project,
cool.
Which is always a nice thing when I can do that. And it's in the Home and Away book by Hannah Fedag. And I've had my eye on this sweater for quite some time, and it's Georgetown.
Cool.
And it's so Jenny of Tiny Paper Foxes or Handmade in Woolen podcasts. They haven't been doing a lot of podcasting because they're working on their homestead, which is really exciting.
That's awesome.
She's made this one and loved it, and I was chatting with her on Instagram after she did hers. She's like, "You have to make it," and I'm like, "I know, it's beautiful."
I think I have that one in my favorites.
Yeah,
I've had my eye on too.
So the nice thing with her pattern is you can either knit it in pieces and seam it, or you can do most of it in the round. Okay. So you can kind of choose your poison, basically, of how you want to knit it. I really like knitting sweaters in pieces and seaming them. I like the way they fit, and I don't mind seaming, so that's probably what I'll do. The original sweater was done with Quince & Co. Owl, which is a woolen spun yarn. So that is how I'm spinning mine. So basically, I've worked with Owl before, so I know how, I'm familiar with the construction of it and the weight of it, that kinds of thing. So I'm kind of recreating that a little bit, but not exactly. I'm going to do a 3-ply, and so what I'm trying to decide is whether I like the fiber spun just as is off of basically out of the roving, or if I prefer it blended. So I did blend some. I have a blending board, and if I decide to do it this way, Carol has a drum carder, and she said she would let me borrow that, so that if I like it blended better, then I can borrow that and blend it all, which would be much faster.
That color is
Isn't that fun? Yeah. So it went from this to this, and I had to blend it like I think 4 or 5 times to get it to be like this. So it's going to be kind of heathered.
Beautiful.
And there are some little chunks of color in there. So it's kind of fun that it went from that to that.
I almost think for that sweater, the blended.
That's kind of what I'm thinking, but what I'm going to do, so you can't see it on here, but I took, I think I ended up splitting it into like 16 grams. So I took 16 grams, I spun it onto my bobbin, and then I took some like really brightly colored fiber and spun a little chunk of that in between, and then took one of my little Rolags, and these are about 16 grams too, and then spun that onto here. So I'm going to do that 2 more times, so I'll have 3 bobbins, then I'm going to apply them, and
so you can see what it is.
So I can have the finished yarn, and then I'm going to swatch those and see what the finished fabric is going to be like. So that's the thing, you know, when you're spinning for a project, you end up having to do a lot of sampling, which is kind of fun. It's all part of the process, and if you look at it that way, then you know, it doesn't feel tedious. It just feels fun, you know. So that is what I spun. And I have a shocked matchless, which is what I used, and I'll keep you guys posted. I'm hoping I'll have a little bit of time. My husband's out of town this weekend, so I'm hoping I'll have some time to just sit and spin and get the sampling done, because it's not a project that I am really pushing to you know, have done right away. I see this being a longer term project, you know, taking my time with the spin.
You could have it done for Rhinebeck.
Maybe. I love spinning in the summer. I spin more in the summer than any other time of the year. I don't really know why. I a lot of times will just take my wheel out on my deck and just sit out there and spin. So a lot of times I'll do that. I'll spin in the summer and then knit whatever I've spun in the fall. But I haven't, since we opened the store, I have not done much spinning at all. So it's fun to get back into it and work on it. So I'll keep you guys posted on this and let you know how that goes.
Awesome.
I know, it's so fun.
Awesome. So I'm all over the place with what I might want to work on next. I'm having a really hard time focusing because I'm torn between starting a new project or picking up a couple of languishing whips. I'm thinking of Snug. Like, that sweater is literally just, I think, needs to get a little bit on the bottom hem and then a couple of sleeves that it's done. So I don't know, I might try to pick that one back up, and then I keep getting distracted with other stuff, and I need to cast on, change a shawl, and so I need more time is basically what I need.
I know, and I have to think about travel knitting, what I'm gonna bring with me, because I don't know where I'm gonna be at. So I
would recommend socks.
Yeah,
you generally definitely need
I might wear a shawl, like a one or 2 color shawl, so I don't have a lot of yarn hanging around. But yeah, we're leaving in less than 3 weeks.
Woo.
I know. I'm kind of like frantic, trying to I'm a list maker, and I'm just trying to get lists made of things I have to do before we leave, and things that I have to do for the store before I leave, things I have to remember not to forget, like my passport.
So in case anybody was wondering, Bob's passport did come, so he's
that's
apparently allowed to go.
Yep, my husband is allowed to go. His passport came.
Anybody on passport watch?
Yeah, I don't know if did we talk about it?
We did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if we had or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my husband is allowed to go, so that's good. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to it. And I don't know if I talked about this, but I am packing everything in a carry-on. I'm doing carry-on, you guys.
Really?
10 days carry-on.
Wow.
My husband's like, you're never going to be able to do it. And I'm like, yes, I am. Want to see?
Did you just challenge me?
I know. I'm getting one of the backpack ones. So we're doing a lot of public transportation, trains, and stuff like that. And it's going to be a lot easier to be able to just sling it on my back. And we're doing tons of walking too, because we are doing public transportation. So, it's going to be basically walking from the train station to where we're staying, dropping off our stuff, and then going out and
Yep.
and exploring. So it's not like I'm backpacking anywhere, but it's going to be so much easier than having to drag it along. And they make some really, really nice ones.
Yes, they do.
That are like a backpack carry-on. So, so yeah, I will let you know how that goes.
Or just follow her on Instagram. I'm sure
Uh-huh.
we'll see some pictures.
Yeah.
Which I'm super excited about and I can't wait.
Me with my piles of clothes and being like, okay, that's gotta go. It doesn't.
Might I suggest space bags?
I know. I actually, I'm getting some of the ones that you just roll up to squeeze all the air out. Because I don't.
Amazing how much stuff you can fit in
Yeah.
if you just are getting rid of the air. And you can do
Yeah.
the same thing with yarn too. It compresses really well.
Right. Yeah.
Just saying.
Well, and the nice thing is, it's like, you know, as far as like toiletries and things like that,
Mhm.
you know, all I have to have is enough to get me through like a day, and then I can pick some up over there. So,
Right.
Because we're gonna be there I'm gonna be there 10 days, and he's gonna be there for 3.5 weeks. So,
Yeah.
but I'm not worried about it.
Cool.
Not worried.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, Seasons of Vermont.
Seasons of Vermont.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we didn't forget.
No, we didn't.
It was supposed to be released on the 15th, which was like Tuesday.
Yeah.
And we were going to talk all about it last week on the podcast, but
Yeah.
we've already gone into that giant debacle. So we delayed it for a week. So it'll be released on Monday, the 21st at noon.
Mhm.
We have 25 kits total. But we've got 2 different kind of bag choices for you this time.
Yep.
So,
Well, they're the same bag. It's just color.
contrast color
Yep.
on the bag. So without further ado,
Here goes.
here it goes. All right, I'll take that one out. All right, so this is our bag.
Bag 1.
Bag 1,
Bag 2.
bag 2.
So this bottom isn't pushed out on this one, but
No.
they're the same size. Everything about
So,
them is the same.
These
Just
are great. They
pink or
stand
teal.
up. You can fold the top down. This is a very good sized bag. You could
Yeah, they
easily
are.
fit a larger shawl project in here, a 2 or 3 skein
A
shawl
summer
project.
sweater would easily fit in here.
Yep.
They're really, really big.
Yep,
I could put
very
this on
big.
my head.
Yes, you should do that. That would be funny. The person that made these bags is Katie's Creation Shop. She does have an Etsy store.
We mentioned her before because
We've done some giveaways.
we did some giveaways for her bags, and we each snagged the bag that she sent up around Christmas time.
Yes.
And we've been using those right along, and they're lovely.
So our theme this time is think summer. Because for us this time of year, we're not quite at summer yet, but we're starting to see the signs of summer. Spring is, the trees have all started to bud out. The daffodils are blooming. The tulips are finally blooming. My bleeding hearts are blooming.
Nice.
But it's not quite there yet, and we'll get these warm days, but then it's still really cool at night. So we're thinking summer, guys.
There's her label.
Gonna get there. We're gonna get there. So we have these bags, which are really good sized. Our yarn this time was done by
It's so pretty.
Kelly from Peggy Jane Fibers. So this is Field of Flowers.
So this is a unique colorway.
Mm-hmm. So it's this really awesome green color with all of these speckles of different.
It is perfect for this time of year with that bright, bright green that's like popping in the
Mhm.
trees outside.
Yes. So Peggy Jane Fibers. So this is a fingering weight yarn. It's a sock yarn, 75/25 merino nylon, 462 yards in the skein. So it's pretty good yardage. And we have, a collection of shawl patterns and sock patterns for this go around. A couple cowls, I think, for the pattern choices this time around. And those are listed out on the website page for this. They're all linked, so you can go take a look at them on Ravelry.
Be sure to let us know in comments which pattern you want, and if you want it dropped into your Ravelry library, what your Ravelry ID is.
Yep, because we can do both of those things.
Yep.
So we've got the bag, the yarn. We have this great little gauge measure from Katrinkles.
Well, that little logo on it. They're so cute.
So cute. So the way this works is you literally, look, I've got a gauge swatch. You can literally just hold it like this and then use the center part to count, because it's 2 inches in either direction.
1 inch.
1 inch in either direction.
Those are little ones.
The tiny ones.
So they're good for getting a general idea, but
Yes.
I like a bigger one to get a... But it's on a little cute chain, so you can start
just
collecting tools and sticking them on.
We have these really
These are so
cute
fun.
stitch markers from the Sexy Knitter.
They come in this adorable little vial.
And they
They're
are
little origami stars.
little origami stars. Yep.
I used to make those all the time when I was in college.
And they are super cool. These are not all the same. So we're showing this group. The ones you get might be different colors, but it's just sort of a potpourri of different styles,
different papers.
papers. Yep, all really fun colors, and it comes in this great little vial. So the Muscle of Yarn contribution this time to the box are these great needle holders and needle protectors.
So you can use these for circulars or double points.
And it's got green on the inside, so we're kind of all coordinating along here. So my mom actually sewed these, and I put the snaps on. It's a dual effort here. And then the final thing, which I actually don't have in hand because I
should have grabbed one of the...
go next door and pick them up, which is part of, we've been a little lax because we knew we could just get them at any time, is a packet of wildflower seeds from American Meadow, who we share the building with. It's a big packet.
It's huge.
It's huge. It's like, this big, and it will cover a great area. And it's, I think it's zoned for a pretty substantial portion of the United States.
Yeah, that's why Ange picked that one, so that it would be useful to...
Pretty much wherever you are, something in that packet will grow. Maybe not everything, but pretty much everything. So that's our Seasons at Vermont box this time around. We did have to bump the price a little bit, so it's $80 this time.
The bags are much
big.
bigger than ones we've done previously.
Yep.
And that's basically where the extra cost was going into.
Yep. But it's totally worth it. These are great bags.
They are. Really
it's a really nice size. Like, you don't see too many bags that are this size. They're either like tiny for small projects, or they're really big and too big. Like, this is a great sort of upper medium, small, large size bag, I would say.
Yeah, and it's got the really nice twill tape for the drawstring, which is nice because then when you draw it shut, they stay well
shut. So $80 plus shipping. Shipping is not going to be a huge amount. They're not super heavy.
No.
The bags are pretty sturdy.
And we don't have anything fragile that's going in these, so I can ship these in mailers.
Okay.
So I'll make sure I weigh everything and get a nice accurate price for you guys. And if it's under a pound, I don't know. These are a little bit hefty because they have the really nice thick lining in them, which is nice because then they stand up well on their own.
Right.
And so they might, if they're under a pound, then they can go first class package, which is when you save quite a bit of money. But if they're over a pound, that's when they have to go priority.
Okay.
So that's the only difference. But so I will have two. They'll be on the same page, and you can just pick whether you want the pink or the teal color. And so we do. I think we've got close to half and half of each. So yeah. We're really excited about these.
Yes, we are.
I like
a fun one.
Do we have extra of the bags? I might have to steal one for my travel bag.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though I'm not going to Paris, sadly.
I know.
I do. Someday I'm going to go to Paris.
I know.
Someday.
So anyway, so this is the next edition of Seasons at
Ooh,
Vermont.
and we have, so if you wanted to do another yarn to go with this, we have a whole bunch of her others that you can check out online. We've got this really pretty pink that would go with this, and it has that pink skein has a lot of this green in it. It would be really cool.
So if you wanted to do like the Mercury Rising shawl that I showed earlier, which is a 2-color shawl,
fun and bright.
It would be really fun and bright colors. You could buy the kit and an extra skein of the Peggy Jane fibers and make that. Just saying.
That's a great idea.
Just saying.
That's a great idea.
So
awesome.
hopefully we've enabled you and you're as excited about this box as we are.
So bright and cheery.
Yep. And just to, on this, since we're still in the seasons of Vermont, we have, after this box, we have 3 more coming up. We've got some great stuff lined up for the next 3 boxes as well. We're really excited about it.
Cat's Paws gave a sneak peek.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Did I miss it?
She tagged us in it, and I was going to repost it, and I haven't yet. So Cat's Paws is doing
the bag for July, August.
They are awesome.
Are they?
Oh my God.
Yeah,
it was just a little sneak peek, so you only get a little hint. But I'll repost that on our Instagram, and so you guys can see it.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's very, very cool. Yep.
So the next 2 boxes, the bags are made by people local to us here, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. And the yarn in one box is local, and the other one is sort of regional. Mm-hmm. So we're pretty excited about all of that.
So fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right, Monday the 21st. 21st at noon.
At noon.
Next season of Vermont box.
Yep. And they usually sell out after a few days. Yeah. So if you don't have time on Monday and can't get to it, chances are pretty good on Tuesday that
I try to repost just to give people updates on my Instagram account, like, hey, we still have some boxes left, just in case you missed it. So
cool.
But yeah.
I'll try to repost them. Okay. Or I'll just try to post them.
That too. All right, so Seasons of Vermont. We've got a few events coming up. They are pretty much the same as we've been talking about for the last few weeks. So I'd say
a big one coming up
on the 2nd.
2 weekends.
Yep.
From this weekend.
We have talked about them previously. But all of the details are listed out in show notes.
Mm-hmm. I've got to make some Facebook pages for those events.
Yep.
That would be helpful, wouldn't it?
We currently have 3 knit-alongs running. I might have a small problem. The first is the Jody Shaw knit-along, so that ends in the end of this month. We have a ton of finished objects. They're beautiful. So
people keep making multiples of them because they are so addictive to knit.
Yes. Lovely. So keep it coming. You've got another couple of weeks.
Yes, and you can enter more than once.
You can enter more than once, and as long as the finished object thread is not locked, post away.
Because it's our fault if we don't lock it.
We don't lock it usually till right before we podcast, whatever the podcast is that week, so you might get a couple extra days. Right. Just saying.
Yeah.
If it's unlocked, post away. If it's locked, you can't post. So, that's the rules. We've got the Shorty Sock Cal going. That runs through the middle of June. We did talk about that earlier.
Yep.
We do have a great prize that was donated for Green Mountain Spinnery by Green Mountain Spinnery, and we'll show that off next week.
Yep.
So it's super cool.
It's very cool.
Yeah. So keep those Shorty Socks coming.
I showed it to Knit Group last night.
And they were like, "What?"
They're like, "Are you going to get kits?" So
maybe. I don't know. They'll probably be available June 2nd. I bet they'll bring some of those.
Yeah, they're definitely. I'm definitely bringing some because Larissa said that they were going to bring some up.
Okay, cool.
And but I might have to ask her
if we can just get some anyway, please. Pretty please.
So stinking cute.
Okay. Anyway, and then our final knit along, which is currently started at the beginning of May, runs through the end of July, is our summer t-shirt cowl. We have a whole bundle of suggested patterns up on Ravelry. There's no shortage of summer t-shirts / tank tops out there. So come join us. Still plenty of time to participate in that one. And hopefully we will have some, we will have some pretty awesome prizes because we usually have great prizes. If we don't get donations, Kelly and I stash dive, and apparently we both have well-curated stashes. So,
or we stash dive in the store, and
we do that too. We have a well-curated stash right here in the store. So the prize will be awesome. Or prizes, depending on how many entries we get, we might do more than one prize.
Correct.
Could happen.
It could.
We have a giveaway that we are going to do today.
We do? That was the pattern that felt.
Yep. So we had Jen Sheelan very generously donated a pattern, her new shawl pattern, which is called Bride by the Sea.
Don't mind me.
She gifted us a copy to give to a winner. So we had a prompt out on our Ravelry board for you to tell us what's your favorite thing to do by the ocean was, and then for a bonus entry, which colors of Jen's yarn you would use to knit the shawl pattern with. And
so pretty.
And we had
so pretty.
Like almost 60 entries between, you know, the two prompts. And so I sort of off screen put the list together and did random number generator because I had to compile an Excel spreadsheet because I wasn't clear whether you're supposed to do it one post or two, and so it was
a free-for-all.
So I wanted to make sure everybody who had entered twice got 2 entries.
Well, aren't you just fancy?
I know, I was fancy. So our winner is, drum roll, at post number 43, who's Love to Read, which is Susan from New Jersey.
Yay!
Yay! And so this particular post was her yarn choices. So after taking a look at Jen's yarn, she said she would use Kitten Whiskers, Easy Peasy Sea Breezy, and You Had Me at Merlot.
Those are great names.
Awesome names.
Those are great names.
So congratulations, Susan. We will let Jen know that you are the winner, and she will add that pattern to your Ravelry library. So congratulations and happy knitting.
I can't wait to see your shawl, and anybody else who wants to purchase the pattern.
Yeah.
Right on Ravelry, because it is stunning. It's really, really lovely.
It is. Maybe we should, for the next knit along, because you know I got to plan more, right? We could do like a 2 or 3 color shawl along, and
that would be a fun.
There's a bunch of different patterns that we could suggest.
And I still haven't sent Jen a message. I'm horrible, but I'll just lump it all together. If you leave that, I will just send her a message about all the things that I was supposed to send her a message about.
Yeah, I know, we've been slackers. Actually, not slackers, we've just been super busy.
We've been super busy.
Stuff.
Yeah, getting ready for our big events and leaving the country and etc.
Yeah.
You job number 1 and children and life.
Yeah, all of that stuff.
Oh yeah.
So congratulations, Susan, and thank you to everybody that entered. It was super fun to read what everybody would like to do by the ocean. And
I love the ocean.
I
always feel recharged. Like, even if I go and I'm not, like, I don't want to swim in the ocean necessarily, but just like I always feel so recharged after I've been near the ocean.
It's salt water for me. It's just that smell that's so great.
I could just sit and listen to it and watch for hours.
Exactly. I have a quick shout out.
Okay.
That we were supposed to do like 2 weeks ago, and then we totally forgot. If you guys watched all the way to the end, you understand. Anyway, so apparently this comes to us via friend of the podcast, Michael, who lives in North Bennington. And so we wanted to give a shout out to Knitting Nook Mary from North Bennington, who we understand watches the podcast. So thank you, Mary.
Yep.
We are glad that you enjoy the show.
And you have to come on up and visit us.
Come visit us, please. May I have a suggestion second? I don't know. Got a lot of stuff going on that day.
It's going to be a busy day.
It's going to be wild. We're really excited.
We have all hands on deck that day.
Yes. Yeah.
So we have one other thing.
Oh, yes.
That we can talk about.
Yes. I know some of these things we have like in works and we can't always talk about them.
So
look at how cute this is.
We mentioned these a while ago, but we didn't show them. So one of our local customers does these fused glass ornaments, and she brought some in for Ange and I and said, do you think you could would you be interested?
We were like, yes.
Yeah. And we couldn't let her finish because they were so stinking cute. And I know Lori was waiting for me to say, so stinking cute.
They are stinking cute.
They are awesome. So they're little fused glass ornaments and
sheep ornaments.
Aren't they?
How
amazing?
Awesome are these?
Look at that. They are just the coolest. So, Lori Pietropoli. I don't know if I butchered your name. I'm sorry if I did, Lori. But she's very, very cool, and she is bringing us a whole bunch of these.
Gonna have these in the store
to sell in the store, and we're so excited to have these. So we'll let you know when they come in. They'll obviously be fragile to ship, but we'll figure it out. And
that's what bubble wrap's for.
Bubble wrap and cardboard,
boxes.
And we'll sandwich it in and send it off. Slap a fragile sticker on it.
Exactly.
So but they are just beautiful, and if you're local to the store, you'll have to come on in and check them out. So she hasn't brought them in yet, but she was going to try to swing by this week and drop some off. But they're just lovely. Yeah. Really, really lovely.
So amazing.
Be a great gift for someone. If you weren't sure, we don't know what they're going to cost yet. Those are some of the details we're going to work out when Lori stops by with more of them.
Yeah. But they'll be pretty reasonable based on our prior conversations. I mean, it's not going to be shocking for what it is.
Yeah.
Which is a beautiful handmade fused glass ornament.
I know. They're just lovely. Isn't that adorable?
It's so adorable.
I can't even stand it.
Mine's at home hanging in my kitchen window, so every time I'm washing dishes or standing at the sink, I get to look at it, and it makes me so happy.
I just look at my crazy chickens while I'm washing dishes. Oh my God. I've got one broody. So somebody asked about the chickens, and I hadn't talked about them in a while, and they're doing great. They're laying quite a few eggs. I get 4 or 5 dozen eggs a week, probably. I've got a broody hen, though. Oh my gosh. So after I've done laying in the morning, I have to go in and extricate her from the nesting box and set her on the floor, and she gets really angry and puffs up. And then the nesting boxes I have, you can flip up the little perches that are outside so that she won't spend the entire day in there, because she's happy just to sit on the nest and brood and spend the whole day in there. And we don't have a rooster, so nothing's going to happen if she sat on the eggs for a long time, except for, she wouldn't get to eat or drink, or because she just is more than happy just to sit there all day. And I'm like, chicken,
go outside.
I've been calling her Lady Orpington because she's a buff Orpington. And I'm like, it's time to go take Lady Orpington off her throne. I swear to God, she gives me this evil eye look. She's like, but she's not mean. She won't peck me or anything when I go to take her off. She just squawks, and she goes stiff legged, so I can't take her out of the box. So now I have to reach in, make sure I pick up her legs, her feet too, so she can't go stiff leg like little baby, like trying to do something. Yeah.
Except they go wet noodle. If you try to pick up like the wet noodle, it's impossible.
So the chickens are doing good, but I've got a problem child, so
There's always one.
There's always one in the crowd. So yeah,
always one.
I tell you.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So anyway,
keep an eye out for those. Those are coming down.
They're beautiful.
Sweet.
Beautiful.
So excited. We've got a lot of things going on here. We've got some new stuff that we're working on. Not only products, but other events and activities. So stay tuned. We're going to be making some exciting announcements in the upcoming weeks and months.
One may or may not have to do with a certain retreat that we asked you guys about.
Yeah.
That one's going to take a little more planning.
Yes, we're working on that.
But we're working on it.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Be excited. We're excited. Details are coming. We're still sorting out some of the big ones, but it's coming.
It is.
Yay! You can spend a whole weekend with Kelly and I. How awesome would that
be? they'll be like, oh my God.
My family's going to be like, people think that's fun.
They want to spend a weekend with you?
Oh, okay. I'm like, people think we're funny.
I know.
People think we're funny.
I know, and our husbands are like, what?
Oh, okay.
All
right. So, anyway, so stay tuned. We got some cool stuff coming up.
Lots of fun stuff.
Stuff. And I think we've sorted out the Meet the Farmers taping thing. We're not going to be able to do it live, but I'm going to tape it. It's going to be one of our episodes while Kelly's on vacation. So we'll have to decide if we're going to do a pick of the week that week and then put like a little intro at the beginning of it before we transition. So we're sorting out some of those details, but don't worry. We're trying to take care of you guys so we don't have any more down weeks, even while she's on vacation.
It happens sometimes.
It does. But usually we like to give people a heads up so they know it's coming.
I know.
Last week was just...
I know we worried a lot of people.
Oh my gosh. I should have put something on social media, but it was just... I literally was too busy to even do it. And had so much stuff going on, and then this kid on top of it. So it was just... It was not pretty. Yeah. There was a few days there where... trust me, I would have preferred to be here podcasting. So, anyway.
I don't doubt that.
Yeah. That being said, I think we run out of stuff.
I think we have.
Well, not really run out of stuff. We're just at the end of our list. So.
Yeah, we're at the end of our show notes. So, which is not a bad thing, because we're an hour and 8 minutes in.
Yeah, which I think is pretty good for us missing last week. Cause
yeah, I know. We could have gone on and on and on and on.
We could have.
But it's been really, really nice here. So I've been not knitting quite as much and just been trying to catch up on other stuff so that when I get ready to leave, I won't be so far behind. Yep. So, yeah. Yep. But thanks to everybody who's joined us this week.
Thank you.
All of our new subscribers.
We're so sorry about last week.
I know we are.
Again.
I know.
Sorry.
We want to thank all of you for joining us.
Yes.
We always have fun doing this. That's why we keep doing this.
Yes.
And thank you for all of your comments and messages and everything else.
Yes.
We love reading it all. We don't always get to respond to everything. We try to do our best to respond to the things that need questions. Responding to. But sometimes we do miss things.
And sometimes what happens is there's two of us checking. So,
yeah. Yeah.
You can imagine things might fall through the cracks when two people are working on a project instead of just one. But anyway, we try to also
bear with us.
We also try to identify who's responding because you can't tell because you get the same muscle of yarn as responding.
Right. I know.
You may be able to tell just by the response which one of us is responding.
I know. I if it matters how we're responding, then I try to put like Kelly at the end. But you know, you guys understand. And if we don't get back to you and you have a pressing matter, just send us another message or email or Instagram message or something like that. So we try to keep on top of all of that, but sometimes things slip.
Sometimes
slip
it
through.
just happens. So
Unfortunately.
Anyway, yes. So thank you for stopping by.
Yes.
And until next time.
We'll see you then.
Later.
Bye.
Yep.
Sweet.
But otherwise, it's just been, busy with everything.
Busy you and Jen, man.
Oh my God, and she more than me.
She was telling me like what her week looks like next week, and I was like,
"Oh my God,
dude."
Yeah, no, I just she travels so much, like I don't, I can't even imagine. I mean, I feel like I'm on the road a lot, but nothing compared. I mean, I'm just here in the state on the road. So I get to come home every night.
I know.
I mean, it may not be till 11 o'clock at night like tonight.
I know.
I at least get to come home.
Well, now that the office is so much bigger, she's
all over the
doing
place.
it even more.
So, all right, we should probably be really lame with our intakes, outtakes, and get the showboat on the road. Yes. Showboat.
What kind of entertainment are you gonna be?
Well,
comedian.
Something like that. Take the show on the road. Oh, remind me. I think I have to grab the projector screen. I think I need that for my seminar tonight, since I apparently store it here.
It is, but that's fine because we've used it too.
We've used it too. It's fine. Anyway, all right. All right.
Are you ready?
Yep.
There goes Carol.
Oh.
We can wait for Carol.
We'll wait for Carol to come back. I suppose, Carol.
So somebody doesn't think you're peeing again. Thanks, I'm not doing that again. She wasn't. She was making coffee
snacks.
before.
Or getting coffee. So. All right. I'm almost to the end of this row, which is why I have not.
Oh, you started.
Oh, not only did I start, but look at me.
Lovely.
This is what happens when I get to go to an all-day continuing legal education seminar yesterday.
Oh. Well, that's always a good thing.
Yes. So.
Sweet.
All right.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Oh.
Morning?
I don't even know what it is.
I think.
Happy Thursday.
Hold on, let's see. Oh, come on now. Tell me what time. No. Never mind. Well, we're not going to find out. Oh, it's almost afternoon. It's
start number
11:45.
Good afternoon.
No, it's good morning.
Good morning. I'm not even going to know where to start in here. Let's try that again.
Okay.
That's why they go 3.
See, now we really do have outtakes.
If it's only a matter of time.
Or you can just leave it in the beginning.
In the beginning, and
They don't. They all know.
It's fine.
Yeah.